question here in Washington. You want to tell us your name? Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Zed Jelani, and I'm a blogger at the Republic Report. And actually, just a few years ago, I graduated from the University of Georgia, so I really value sort of the value of my
university.
Yeah, I know we're rivals at the University of Tennessee. No offense meant, but I valued my education a lot. But I think the great point that you're making is that Washington shouldn't insert itself into everyone's education. But I'm sort of concerned that Washington is bailing out fraudulent for-profit colleges. I mean, 11% of students attend these schools, and yet they sort of respond to 44% of all student loan defaults. And I really don't, I'm happy with letting everyone have choices, but as a taxpayer, I don't want to pay for schools that aren't providing a good education. I'm wondering if maybe you think the industry is just dumping so much money into Congress, that's why it's not regulating them and continuing to bail out these fraudulent schools.
Well, it was a pretty good comment right up to your last part. There are some things that need to be done with. The problem is loan defaults, not for-profit colleges. When I was Education Secretary, Senator Nunn of Georgia led an effort that was bipartisan. We made a number of changes that reduced the number of defaults on student loans. The federal government will loan this year $100 million to students, which they borrow and use at colleges and universities, some of it at for-profit colleges. There are some things that need to be changed at for-profit colleges, such as giving awards to recruiters for recruiting more students. But I don't think you take away those choices for students. Many of the students who attend for-profit colleges are low-income students who don't have other choices. So anytime you have a series of choices, you're going to have some people at the either end of the choice spectrum, which is not good. And it's important for those of us in Congress to work on that and minimize that as much as possible. But I'm against a solution that takes away from all these low-income people the choice of going to a for-profit or a non-profit school. I think it's an important part of our educational framework.
Senator, just quickly, for clarification, how much does the federal government today support for-profit colleges?
Well, it gives no money to the colleges. It gives them money to students who then choose the school where they go. He said it was 44% of the loans. That sounds high to me. I don't know whether that's right.
11% of the loans, 44% of the defaults.
It's 100% of. So it's 11% of the loans.
Okay.
So the discussion that we have is we've got a large number of defaults in connection with students who go to these colleges, and my suggestion is that we focus on the reason for the defaults instead of the colleges themselves.
Colleague Zed Jelani asked you a question during the event, and we kind of left a point hanging. Judy Woodruff asked you how much taxpayer money the for-profit college industry gets. You didn't answer that question.
Well, maybe you could.
The answer is $26 billion. Bloomberg reported that $2 billion of that goes directly to executive compensation. What do you think of that? Isn't that basically a bailout, given the enormous default rates, the scammy practices being investigated in states like Kentucky and California, all across the country? Basically defrauding students from, coast to coast. And we're paying for it.
And it's all Washington. You want to get Washington out of something, get it out of these scam schools, is what we're saying.
Are you defending this fraudulent industry because of the campaign contributions they give to your?
Now, who do you work for?
Republic Report. We're a blog that covers lobbying, and these for-profit colleges lobby you very aggressively. I don't know if they're giving you your facts on this.
Do you work for the Senate?
No, I don't. But the community colleges are the only ones not held accountable at this point for defaults. And the for-profits have now...
Senator Alexander, I mean, you're here talking about education, but you don't want to talk about these for-profit colleges?
This is an emergency exit.
Catholic represents...
You've got to look at the data.
Senator Alexander, you don't want to talk about...
No, it's great to see you. I'm glad to talk about those colleges, and I just did in my remarks.
But, I mean, you're talking about being a responsible steward of taxpayers' money, yet you're giving these fraudulent companies billions of dollars with no accountability. I mean, literally, the CEO of Strayer University gave himself $40 million while defrauding his students. I mean, this is basically subprime, but on an education level. And you're supporting it. How can you do that as a little government conservative? Is it because of the lobbying and the campaign contributions?